My name's Colonel Jeff Pixley. I'm the commander of basic military training. Thank you for joining the United States Air Force. Thank you for raising your hand and promising to give of yourself, to sacrifice, to do something that most Americans never do. You probably want to know how to be successful in basic military training. Fight for yourself. Don't give up on yourself. And when you're about to, work with each other, lean on each other, because you'll be successful when you are a team.
Remember why you are here. Remember those people that came before you. Everything that you do needs to come with a passion and a vigor that is unmatched.
When you leave basic military training, you're going to understand how to wear the uniform. You're going to understand what it is to live by the core values, and you're going to know the value of your teammates. If you live up to my expectations, you'll be here. 7 weeks from today, and you'll be about to graduate.
At this time, we'd like to take a moment to inform you of the specific flight locations on the parade field, as viewed from the bleachers from your left to your right. Top academic flight, Flight 510, led by Technical Sergeant Aaron Osborne. Flight 511, led by Technical Sergeant Landon Moore. Flight 512, led by Master Sergeant Richard Beatty. Flight 513, led by Technical Sergeant Shayla Blakeney. Flight 514, led by Staff Sergeant Angelique Torrance. Flight 515, led by Master Sergeant Michael Bickermert. Flight 516, led by Technical Sergeant Ryan Porter. Flight 517, led by Technical Sergeant Chad Ozenbaugh. In the center of the parade field is the color guard, led by Technical Sergeant Todd Gonsalves. The Drum and Bugle Corps, Flight 525, led by Technical Sergeant Emmanuel Perez. The flights selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags are Flights 523 and Top PT Flight, Flight 524, led by Technical Sergeant Raimundo Solis. Flight 518, led by Technical Sergeant Autumn Foster. Flight 519, led by Staff Sergeant Kenneth Rexwinkle. Flight 520, led by Technical Sergeant Daniel Huntington. Flight 521, led by Technical Sergeant Jamie Belter. Flight 522, led by Technical Sergeant Anthony Burdett. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Hayes.
Good morning. It is my distinct honor and sacred privilege to celebrate with each of you today. So if it's your custom, I invite you to join me in prayer. Almighty God, we gather today in celebration of the successes and accomplishments of these outstanding airmen. We are grateful for their dedication, devotion, and resolve. We honor them for their willingness to commit their lives to promote and defend the many freedoms we treasure. We recognize the sacrifices made to become members of the greatest Air Force in the world, the separation from family and loved ones, the weeks of training, the mental and physical demands, all that brought them here today, proud, professional, and ready to serve. We give thanks for the women and men of the 322nd Training Squadron who invested countless hours into leading, guiding, training, and mentoring them, giving them their wings to soar as our newest airmen. Thank you for the family, friends, and mentors who supported these trainees, now turned airmen, all along their journey. We ask you to watch over these airmen as they graduate, and all military personnel here and deployed around the world. Grant your guidance and wisdom. Enable us, each person here, to utilize our gifts in such a way that bring honor to you and to our great country. Amen.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Deputy Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Lieutenant Colonel Alvin Schultz, Jr., accompanied by his wife, Nicole. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson, accompanied by his wife, Stephanie. Today's reviewing official and Senior Enlisted Leader, the Commander, Air Force Reserve Command, Lieutenant General Richard Scobie, accompanied by his wife, Janice. The Command Chief, Air Force Reserve Command, Chief Master Sergeant Timothy White, accompanied by his wife, Edith. From the graduating squadron, the Commander, 322nd Training Squadron, and the Commander of Airmen, Lieutenant Colonel Beth Rosario, accompanied by her husband, Javier. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 322nd Training Squadron, Chief Master Sergeant Larenza Smartt. Also in attendance with us today, the Assistant Secretary of the Air Force Financial Management and Comptroller, the Honorable Kristen Jones. The Assistant Secretary of the Air Force for Manpower and Reserve Affairs, the Honorable Alex Wagner. The 19th Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force and 1993 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Joanne Bass. The 5th Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force and 1948 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Robert Davis. the Acting Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, and 1999 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Nicole Hicks. The Commander, 960th Cyberspace Wing, Colonel Richard Erich, accompanied by his wife, Casey. The Command Chief, 960th Cyberspace Wing, and 1996 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Billy Baber. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Our Commander of Air is Lieutenant Colonel Beth Rosario. Lieutenant General Richard Scobie will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in expeditionary environments. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for generations that will follow. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to Flight 520 for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 13 June 2022 to 28 July 2022. Signed, Jeffrey Pixley, Colonel, United States Air Force. The Commander's Excellence flight was led by Technical Sergeant Stephen Shorter and Technical Sergeant Daniel Huntington. Require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. and gentlemen, the graduates passing in review today represent a portion of the 35,000 men and women who will complete basic military training this year. 737 Training Group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest air and space forces. Military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen and guardians. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, and physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Armed Forces. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb line to pass and review, they will march over the Enlisted Orders Wall. The men and women recognized on the papers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish action as members of the United States military and armed conflict. Their decorations include 9 Medal of Honors, 23 Air Force Crosses, and 162 Silver Stars. They're rewarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all service members to execute their duties courageously and with honor in the service of this great nation. We would like to direct your attention to our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow our guests the opportunity to view the flags as they pass in review. Now passing in review, the Commander of Airmen, Lieutenant Colonel Beth Rosario, Squadron Commander, hometown, Ave Maria, Florida. Top academic flight, Flight 510, led by Technical Sergeant Aaron Osborne, military training instructor, hometown, Springfield, Illinois. Flight 511, led by Technical Sergeant Landon Moore, military training instructor, hometown, San Antonio, Texas. Flight 512, led by Master Sergeant Richard Beatty, military training instructor, hometown, Moscow, Idaho. Flight 513, led by Technical Sergeant Shayla Blakeney, military training instructor, hometown, Macon, Georgia. Flight 514, led by Staff Sergeant Angelique Torrance, military training instructor, hometown, Atlanta, Georgia. 515, led by Master Sergeant Michael Bigrimer, military training instructor, hometown, Ohio County, Kentucky. Flight 516, led by Technical Sergeant Ryan Porter, military training instructor, hometown, Fort Anne, New York. Flight 517, led by Technical Sergeant Chad Ozenbaugh, military training instructor, hometown, Battle Creek, Michigan. The Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Todd Gonzalez, military training instructor, hometown, Austin, Texas. The flights selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags, Flight 523 and Top PT Flight 524, led by Technical Sergeant Raimundo Solis, military training instructor, hometown, La Porte, Texas. Flight 518, led by Technical Sergeant Autumn Foster, master military training instructor, hometown, Carthage, Texas. Flight 519, led by Staff Sergeant Kenneth Rexman, military training instructor, hometown, South Coffeyville, Oklahoma. Commander's Excellence Flight, Flight 520, carrying the Chief Master Sergeant Gaylor Heritage Staff, led by Technical Sergeant Daniel Huntington, military training instructor, hometown, Warner Robins, Georgia. Flight 521, led by Technical Sergeant Jamie Belzer, military training instructor, hometown, Alexandria, Minnesota. Flight 522, led by Technical Sergeant Anthony Burdett, military training instructor, hometown, Waynesboro, Georgia. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the graduates from Flight 525, led by Technical Sergeant Manuel Perez, performing under the direction of Staff Sergeant Jacob Wright. These individuals were hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all graduation requirements, they have dedicated countless hours to prepare for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song. moment to congratulate all of our honor graduates as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all graduates in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence they displayed throughout basic military training earns them this outstanding distinction. As the flight march forward for the open enlistment, we would like to thank all the families and friends who are here in support of these graduates today. Helped motivate these graduates through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States military and basic military training, we extend our thanks to the families and friends of America for your support of our mission and the greatest air and space power the world has ever known. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant General Richard Scobie will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Oh my, it's a little warm today, but I'll be brief. And good morning and welcome. What an honor it is to be able to look out in this audience and see all the families that are joining us today. Just 7.5 weeks ago, these families entrusted us with our nation's most valuable treasure, your sons and your daughters. Your support has pushed these airmen to successfully complete basic military training and join the world's greatest Air Force. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your support and your encouragement, but more importantly, to thank you for your trust. It is my great honor to introduce the 660 airmen from the 322nd Training Squadron as our nation's newest airmen. It is my distinct honor to be here today with my command chief, Chief White, representing the over 75,000 airmen of the Air Force Reserve. Congratulations to each of you for completing basic military training. Today you join the ranks of so many that have come before you. For over a century, since the Wright brothers' first flight, we have pushed boundaries and we have broken barriers. With airmen like Mitchell, Arnold, and Levito, I am honored to be on the reviewing stand today with three of the greatest leaders I have ever served with in my career. Chief of Staff of the Air Force Number 20, General Welsh. Your Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, Chief Bass. And my wingman, the Command Chief of the Air Force Reserve Command Chief White. Three of the greatest leaders I have ever served with. And across this world, airmen stand side by side with our joint partners, our allies, defending air, space, and cyberspace. In just a few moments, I'm going to administer the oath of office, the oath of enlistment. Before I do, I want to share a few things with you. The first is why we take the oath of office as publicly as we do here in this formation. As you take this oath, you are publicly declaring your willingness to stand for this nation's highest ideals, regardless of danger to yourselves. You're taking this oath surrounded by people who matter to you most. We do so because on the days where your resilience is tapped and it's hard to fulfill your promise to your duty, they are the people who will help you along the way. Trust. Trust is the currency we operate in the Air Force. When I fly a jet, I trust the maintenance crews have done everything flawlessly. I trust that intelligence has given the best information possible on potential threats. I trust our Space Force Guardians to keep our space-based communications and navigation systems online. I trust our civil engineers, our airmen that have made sure that the runway is perfectly maintained. I trust our defenders have kept the airfield secure. Without trust, we will fail. I challenge you to build trust within your new units in our Air Force. Always remember, the most important part of our Air Force is you, our airmen. You are an incredibly diverse group of individuals who bring unique perspectives to our service. We are better because of your diversity. The relationships you build during your service to our nation will be some of the most impactful in your life. I can promise you that. You need to be exceptional wingmen. Take care of one another, because without you, we cannot accomplish the mission. My last point is for you to be who you want to be. 57 years ago, my father started his journey in the Air Force on this very parade field, just like you. He ended his career commanding a space shuttle as an astronaut, just like you can, because that's what our country's Air Force does. It will give you the opportunity. All you have to do is take it. Now, I just have one question for you. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's greatest Air Force? I think they're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Lieutenant General Richard Scobie will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign or domestic. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. That I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. So help me God. Congratulations, Airmen.
Thank you, Lieutenant General Richard Scobie. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while our graduates recite the Airman's Creed and remain standing for the departure of the official party. I, an American airman.